All right, friends, welcome. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Saw this game yesterday, and I was losing my mind. I was cackling like crazy. So I'm gonna cackle along with you and show you this really interesting game that happened on the ladder. So,
Yes.
made a video about it, celebrated it. People are pumped about it. Mr. Celts, or in this case, Spanish, Huang, a player who's known for being extremely aggressive and very focused on killing people quickly. Let's just say he's a very extreme player in general. We've got Huang, the legend. Made a lot of videos on the guy, highly suggest it, from all the way back in 2016, 2017, before no one knew him, and I tried to show the world, warn the world, to, recent times. Huang does some pretty crazy things, and you can see the rank of the players at the time they played this at the bottom right in parentheses there. So we've got 2398 elo. That's really high. Like top 50, top 60 in the world for Huang. And then we've got low elo nobody, who isn't really that low elo. He's just under 1800. He's a figure in the community. Probably not going to be... He's probably going to be pretty excited as some aspects of this game are going to be on YouTube. But anyways, he queued up. Huang probably didn't have anyone high level to play against because everyone was like, oh, Huang is online. Let me just leave. That happens sometimes. And so there's a massive elo discrepancy between the two. So, I don't know a lot about low elo nobody in terms of what he prefers. But the thing I'll say is this is the perfect type of map for a lower ranked player to get a wild upset. Not if he kills that buffalo, but there you go. And I say that because it's a closed map. And as long as he has the right approach and he's just kind of all in with it and tries to make it messy and tries to make it crazy, it can work. Especially when up against Huang, because Huang is not a player who is his rank because he has good balance. Huang is not a player who has his rank because he understands Civ matchups well and all that stuff. Huang is really, really good with like 4 civs, and he loves to go with Spanish castles. So that's kind of what I was expecting when I saw the game at the very start, and we'll see exactly what ends up happening. But you've got palisade walls, so it does not mean you are fully protected from feudal age attack. So that's what I like about hideout. You can go for feudal age attack, whereas on arena, you'd be a fool if you don't end up going up to castle age. Also, it's rather interesting. Low elo nobody is from the USA. So 1776 is his elo, huh? The year America was founded. All right. But it's almost like this was meant to become a video, right? So there was an executional error there for low elo nobody. He forgot to make a house. So everyone watching can maybe relate to that. He's still just pushing in his deer. And we all get to just hang out, get to know each other a little bit more. Or not. I don't know how that would go, because I have to read the comments later. Get to watch Huang push this deer. Here, well, hold on. You guys had a long day with whatever's going on in your life, and this is just going to make everything so much better. Here we go. He can do it this time. All right, Ibex is cooperating. All right, he's placing a house, right? Oh, he's going up to feudal age. All right, here he goes. Had to click up to feudal age. Took a little bit of time. Pushing in the Ibex. And the Ibex is not cooperating. But hey, the Buffalo should leave now. And now the Ibex is trapped. All right, we're really going to hype this up. This is an important moment. I hope everyone's really feels privileged to be watching. And the Ibex is hanging out here as Huang is on the way to feudal age, which would not indicate a fast castle. But he hasn't gone forward yet because he really wants to push this thing underneath the TC. Blue says, are you the real Huang? And he's probably hoping to hear no, and Huang immediately responded with yes. And Blue's so confused. He says, I thought you were a 2K. The answer is, Blue, if someone is in queue for over 7 minutes, the range at which the matchmaking is searching through, it widens. And Huang's like, no, get it right. I'm not 2K, I'm 2K4. I mean, technically, Huang, you're 2398. So are we rounding up? Because then, low elo nobody's 1800. He's no longer 1776. So, okay, Blue's a little frightened, I'm sure. And you had like the 11s there, so Blue's probably like, oh, God, you got to be kidding me. Like, I only have time for so many games each day, and now I get up against a 2K4. What is this matchmaking? He's ready to make a forum post about it. Huang, he's actually going for a bit of a feudal boom here. It's a feudal boom that could strike fear into the opponents because you see the feudal age time, you know the player, and you think, what's he doing? So this is a build that isn't really that common with the Spanish.
Yes.
And Blue says, I'm a 1700. Huang says, yes, have fun. I'm sure Blue's going to have a lot of fun in this game. But basically the build is to rush your techs in quickly. And then you seed a lot of farms with Horse Collar. When you make it to Castle Age, your food income is going to be flying. The downside of this versus a standard fast castle is the fact that your Castle Age time is later, basically. So Blue's builds can achieve a faster Castle Age and slightly worse economy. But if he's got a plan, guys, if he's got a plan and he gets the timings right, Huang is vulnerable currently because he has no army. But Huang is also thinking about a castle eventually. Okay? So, Huang, he scouted the map. He sees his opponent still in Dark Age. There's probably a little bit of confidence. He's Mr. 2K4. He's playing as the Spanish, which he's played a lot. I actually like this from Huang. I forgive me, I didn't actually see the build-up to the game. He's using the new bonuses that the Spanish have where you get gold after researching text. So he actually has not mined gold yet, but I think he's maybe done the math, and he's like, oh, man, what other tech do I need? But the wood upgrade gave him some gold. The farm upgrade gave him some gold. The stone mining upgrade gave him some gold, too. But all right, I've seen so many players who are lower rank who lack confidence against a big name. I've seen so many guys just sit back, and they think, I need to defend myself because this player's really good, and this player's going to come kill me. This is a war game. He's going to be nasty. He's going to be painful. But it's very rare that we see players decide to say, you know what? I'm probably going to lose this game if I play normal. Let's just send it, right? Like, let's just go wild, and who knows what we can do if we make it wild, if we make it messy. Now, Huang's scout isn't exactly active, and low elo nobody, he's a somebody here. He's attacking the scout, and so now he has, same HP as Huang, and Huang almost brought him into the base, but now Blue's like, okay, this is free real estate. That's open, and low elo nobody's going to send the Vils. Lovely move. No one is going to shame you if you lose to a higher ranked player. As someone who is has encountered these situations myself, I'm around 2K3. I was actually, my highest rank is 2398, and then I went on a 10-game losing streak and never got it back. It's sad. But anyways, this isn't about me. Huang is going to win the Scout War. Low elo nobody says F, but he is effing on the way to Huang's base. No one's going to judge him. And the point I was going to bring up before is sometimes the higher ranked players, as the villagers kill the scout and get revenge, they feel stressed because they will lose so much elo if they lose to you. And especially if you're a streamer or like a big name, all the lower ranked guys are out for blood and to embarrass you. So Huang, he would have just seen the Vils maybe. And I think he's looking. He's like, what's happening here? Oh, no, I'm scared now. I might actually lose to this guy. He's in Castle Age at 15 minutes. And he's starting to add stone walls. And this is where this game gets super fun. Because Blue, he's going to drop a castle on Huang. And Huang is 90 seconds away from the next stage. So remember, he's going to have quite a bit of food because of the build that we talked about. And his res collect is probably a bit better. Yeah, it is. But the downside is your Castle Age time is delayed. So Huang has to be creative now. And he deletes those walls because he realizes that's not going to do a thing. And he really has to back up. And honestly, if his gold would have been here, I think Huang loses this game. Because the Spanish Mirror on Hideout should be a Conquistador war. And if you can't get gold, you have to leave your walls, and it would have been really tough. So fortunately for Huang, he actually was on stone long enough. He has enough stone for his own castle. And he's going to be able to place his own castle here. But he is really worried. Now, blue, my advice to you would be in these situations is just commit everything towards conquistadors. He has added the second TC at home. He's really going to struggle to balance here. But that makes sense for a 1700, right? Huang, he's going to drop this castle here. And blue, he knows what he's doing. He has dropped the conquistador right out of the TC range. He's killed a villager from Huang because Huang didn't get loom yet. Which, you know, I don't know how many players who are almost 2400 don't research loom in these scenarios. But Huang is now doing it. And he only lost one villager, so it's all fine. So immediately we have conquistadors on the way from Huang. And low elo nobody's going to add a siege workshop in combination with this. So love the castle, love the energy here from blue. In theory, you know, Huang's on the defensive, and it's going to be extremely difficult for Huang to do anything about this castle. That castle's most likely there forever. Now, this is how high level players think. They think the moment I'm defended, the moment I don't need my army at home, I send my army to your base. And I think that's something that blue kind of failed to realize here. It's like, right now, you're not threatening Huang. And so it is quite easy for Huang to just leave, right? Like, you need to have constant pressure because what's to stop him from going to the base where you just have palisade walls? But the thing that Huang wasn't expecting is something that might potentially catch up with him. And that's that siege workshop. It's very uncommon to see anyone try and ram down a castle that's next to the economy because players will just use their villagers against the rams, and the villagers seem to do a good enough job. Rams are slow, rams are awkward, you know, it's clunky. So far, I like this from blue. That should actually be a good thing in blue's mind because he sees the conquistadors and he now knows, well, okay, my opponent's not going to come to my base then. Also, taking out Huang's market in most games is one of the best things you can do because he loves the market. However, his eco is actually pretty balanced here. So I like it from Huang. He goes for bloodlines, okay? And that's going to add HP to the conks. That's something that blue won't have. You still got the rams being masked, of which Huang does not see. But Huang, again, is assessed. He's actually even towering this. And he's just like, then I'm defended here. I'm walled here. I'm fine. And he's going to make it messy. Here come the conquistadors. Now, blue is actually thinking about taking this castle out. The madman. And maybe even eating Huang's TC, which is what Huang likes to do to other people. But I don't think he really realized that the counterattack would be incoming. The amount of times a higher ranked player has undone somebody due to a counterattack. Too many to count. And now he's like, well, I have to go. Because this is bad for me. This is very, very bad. I have to go. Because if I wait, this will not work. And now his conquistadors are not at home. So another key aspect of this, which I really like from blue, he researched Bodcanero for his castle. So his castle is a lot of range. And it's actually, with this conks in there, it's actually contributing here. And this is where I pulled up Huang's stream. Like, blue is full on panic. And Huang, you could kind of tell he's like, oh my god. What a dumb strat. Like, you could tell he doesn't use a mic. But he just didn't really think it would work. And then his vills start to die because of the castle fire. And, you know, suddenly his castle's halfway down. You could tell, like, he'd be sending more if he thought his castle's actually going to go down. It's not going down. And now Huang's losing his conquistador here. And, you know, blue's still having some rough time, but he hasn't lost a lot of villagers. And in the Spanish War, if you don't have a castle, you could have some problems. So, like, Huang's eco isn't really in that good a position right now. And blue's coming home, and blue's going to kill this villager. I don't know what Huang's plan was with that villager, but she's dead. The population's even. And low elo nobody, who, you know, started off the game with the castle to make it messy, is really making Huang work for this now. And it's a numbers thing here with the conks. So a low elo nobody should, as long as he has decent micro should be able to kill these conquistadors, and then he might actually have the lead. Now, Huang's the higher ranked player. Huang is microing. Blue is not. I think that'd be the way to say it. And Huang is just going to send more conks over. And Huang is actually able to leave, which is really slick move there from Huang. But still, this castle is firing on this castle. And Huang has not escaped. And if he escapes, by the way, Blue would see him. Sorry, wrong vision. Yeah, Blue would maybe see him. Also love how Blue, like, I can tell exactly what happened here. I'm going to pause. So Blue didn't have all this scouted, but he thought it'd be a really smart move to keep Huang from coming this way. So he started to wall it. And he ran out of stone at the time. Then he probably, in his cycle, has select all idols. And he probably is like, select all idols. And then tells them to do a task, which is in the economy. So the villager that made the wall is now leaving. And this is just the weirdest looking wall ever. I'm really wondering. I don't remember if Blue ever sends a new villager there. But that's pretty relatable. And now maybe you're seeing the speed difference between these two catch up. Because Huang takes a really good fight. And that right there, this is a fight that is enough to maybe even end the game, right? Because all the conquistadors have really gone down. And so again, Blue's like, crap, I need to take this castle out. And again, Huang, he's counterattacking. He doesn't have his army. So he has to, take care of this. Castle, it's still going down. Huang's still looking at his push. Huang is known for not really looking at his eco. He just looks to eat the opponent's eco, so he's really looking here. Blue's got some monks ready to convert. But guys, this castle's almost down. Like, if you don't have the castle, you can't make more conquistadors, and the castle falls. And Huang is out of gold. Also, 2 conquistadors got converted. Some monks had to die. But, Blue's able to find this gold. Blue's not that far behind in villagers. Huang, he doesn't have any gold to mine in his base. He can't take this stone. And so, suddenly it's starting to look like Huang maybe underestimated this guy. And it's maybe possible for Blue to get a bit of a comeback going here. It's also 2 town centers versus just 1. And I kind of want to check res collected. Yeah, res collected, Huang's ahead, but it's not that significant. There the monks go. 1 conquistador is converted. And that conquistador goes down, but Huang's going to make a run for it now. So, you never know what's going to come because this guy just continues to go crazy with rams. Huang is imping, guys. Huang is imping. That is his only town center. He's on his way to the Imperial Age. And Blue has more rams. Huang is like, he saw this stone earlier. He's like, I need it. We need another castle. So he brings 22 villagers and makes a TC there. Meanwhile, Blue's stabilizing. Okay. And Blue's on 3 town centers, producing lots and lots of villas out of these TCs. Blue can always make more conks. He's not that far away of catching up to Huang's numbers. Because Huang, as we said before, he doesn't have a castle anymore. And Huang is probably thinking forward castle into trebuchets here, right? Now, you could think the defensive option. You could think castle here. And then, you treb down that. And then you can breathe and you can boom your economy. But Huang doesn't like his own economy. He obviously he likes it. It's a joke. But he prioritizes killing the enemy first and foremost. Also, remember I mentioned this earlier. Blue's going to send a vill. That might even be the same villager. Might send her to finish her job. So monks hoping to get conversions, and really unlucky there for Blue, who doesn't get any. And, well, Huang is just mining away on this stone. And Huang is on the way to the Imperial Age. And Blue has rammed down the mill, but hasn't rammed down the TC yet. Huang is known for taking out people's town centers. He hasn't taken out any TCs yet. He's lost the castle, and he could lose the TC here as well. Again, he's going to try and use the villagers here against the Rams, though. And he makes it to the Imperial Age. Huang's conks, because he's distracted, go directly into Blue's TC fire, so Huang doesn't have much support over here. Blue has conks, and blue is killing Huang's villagers. And after seeing Huang as an imp, probably realizes this is bad for me. So he figures, let's take more of a risk. Let's attack more. And finding kills. Huang doesn't have any army. This is really punishing Huang's style. Huang only has 2 conquistadors forward. Huang is behind. And he's now dropping a castle next to more conquistadors. Which, of course, you know, could be rammed down again because that's Blue's favorite thing in the world. And who knows if it even goes up. Feels like it's going to go up. Obviously, he's got enough vills in Spanish to build faster. But it's 63 pop for Blue. And it is just 50 population for Huang. But he has opted for the defensive option. So now he can make trebuchets. Huang also going to make a run for it over here to this gold. Like, this, I know it's 2400 elo against 1700 or 1800 elo. It kind of has low elo legend vibes. Which might be, maybe Blue is used to this feeling with his games, which is why he named himself low elo nobody. It definitely has low elo legend vibes. Here comes Huang. I mean, Huang is the highest elo, low elo legend there is in the game, I guess you could say. And Huang he's entertainment, man. He's pure entertainment. He's bringing 24 vills. Blue sees this because Huang deleted the conquistadors a second ago because he knew they would get converted. And Blue's like, what is happening here? He's laughing. He can't believe it. Huang's having fun, and Huang's going to build a freaking castle. And that castle will go up. And Blue, in the moment's like, oh, God, we got to stop it. We got to stop it. We got to stop it. And, dude, the tower's never going to work. And he doesn't seem to realize that, so he will find out the hard way. Huang will be able to take more stone then. Now, meanwhile, Huang, all he needs to do is just keep this Treb alive. And then Blue will lose that castle. All Huang needs to do. He can make Trebs on the front. He defends his Treb here. He's fine. All you need to do, Huang, is look at your base. Just look at it. You know, take a glimpse and see how the good old starting town center looks. But he doesn't, and he loses his only Treb. So Blue's like, kinda got a chance. Kinda. I mean, he could still make conquistadors. He's now making more rams here to take out Huang's castle. If Huang loses this castle, it's a nightmare. Huang isn't making a Treb from the front now. Huang had stone villagers that were here that are now going, I guess, over back to stone. And Blue's trying to complete more walls. That kind of makes sense. It's 93 pop for low elo nobody. I'm dizzy. I think both players forgot there was a Vill War at one point, so Blue is just freely attacking Huang underneath the town center. And Blue is repairing the ram like a god right underneath Huang's castle, which Huang is known for doing with his Celt rushes. And, like, it's kind of working. It's actually kind of working. Huang is like nothing. He doesn't have a lot right now. And there she goes. Look at her little head bobbing up. Boing, 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 boing. Hitting the ram. And that means more time to try and take out this castle. If Huang loses the castle, he can't make more Trebs here. He's just got one. But Blue could take this castle out. Now, meanwhile, Huang is going to rush in with Vills. And he's going to lose this castle. So he says, I don't like defensive castles. Castles are not fun at home. So he's going to make one on Blue's face. All hell has broken loose. There's conquistadors here from Blue. There's a lumber camp here from Blue. Blue is attacking this castle now. And he's going to try a tower again. But that's not going to work, just like it didn't work the first time. And Blue resigns because he feels like he can't stop this. Blue resigns with 25 less population. And Huang wins the game. Like, Blue resigns as he's mopping up all of the villagers here from Huang, and Huang would have never noticed it. Blue resigns as Huang's base is, you know, to defend the Treb is 4 conquistadors and a knight. Like, the castle's going up is really what did him in, and he would have lost this town center, this town center, this town center, all to the Trebs. The Vills would have had nowhere to go, and then, like, Huang probably would have made something happen there. But what a ridiculous game. And one that again, just had me cackling as I was watching it. Because I'm just watching it from Huang's perspective. You got to understand. I'm just like, it's already funny. His like the way he chats, and like when he does chat and some of his mannerisms in the game, how extreme he is. But I'm watching Huang lose the castle, and then I'm like, oh god, this is going to be good YouTube content, but I'm not sure if it's perfect yet because it needs to go up another level. Then he loses the Trebduram, then Blue did the little Vil repair thing, then like I'm seeing blinking on the mini-map. He's losing Vils everywhere. It was just ridiculous. So yeah, just Huang things. He got +1 elo for that because of the elo discrepancy. Totally worth it. But, I mean, really goes to show you that, like, a 1800 ranked player, really good. Like, especially on closed maps, just drop a castle, make it messy. Anything can happen. And great game. I think Blue should be proud of that one. 9K wood collected, 6,500 gold collected. Food count was very similar. Blue collected more resources. Huang had much better value with the fights. Honestly, the swinging moment of this game was probably the Conquistador battle here. And also Huang getting bloodlines for the conks was also really helpful. He also, I guess he got armor too at one point. But the problem was Huang was able to freely move over here and freely able to leave his base because Blue had a really bad fight. Like, what was it, right? Okay, obviously he gets in. Super messy, super messy. I thought it was later on. Yeah, here. I think when Huang escapes here is when Blue... Well, okay, hold on. I'm going to rephrase what I'm saying because I can't even find the point in the game. I think the point is Huang did a better job making more conks, or at least microing the conks. Because, yeah, 30 conks in total for Blue and then 26 for Huang. But that's what happens when Huang takes the initiative and goes to Blue's base, right? It's much harder to make the correct decisions when the aggression's at your base. It's funny, Huang's decisions were actually quite bad for everything that related to his own economy this game. But his decisions and his aggression at his opponent's economy was even better than, his opponent's was at his own. So, yeah, ridiculous game. Really curious what you guys think on YouTube about it. Let me know, please. I am always keeping an eye on games. Don't you worry. I watch a lot of Huang, watch a lot of other players. Right now, there's a lot of Titans League happening, aiming to keep mixing up the content and making it as interesting as possible. And I like games like this. Like, pro games are great. This is, technically speaking, a pro game, but Huang games almost have a different feel. So I'll have my eye on him. According to this, guys, it's all decisions. These guys are as similar as can be when it comes to speed. I don't know what Blue was doing to get his APM to 430. Maybe that was when he was typing and saying, like, aren't you 2K? But effective actions per minute, military eco is all similar. So this could also be something where, it could be an encouraging thing for Blue. It's all decisions and getting to the right positions on the map. Anyways, GG. That was a fun cast. Thanks for watching.